Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff. I'm with StriveScan. I want to welcome you this evening to the Archbishop Mitty High School Virtual College Fair. This evening, we'll be hearing from 6 institutions. Each institution will have about 6 minutes to present, but they can answer questions all along through the Q&A box, which is at the bottom of your screen. For those in attendance, your cameras are turned off and you are muted. But again, you can interact with the representatives through the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. Without further ado, I will turn it over to Lisa and Seton Hall University.
Great, thank you so much. And welcome everybody, excited to see you all here tonight. I am Lisa Hansen and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for Seton Hall University based on the West Coast. I'm right here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And happy to be with you, tell you more about Seton Hall. So if you're not familiar with us, we are a Catholic university located just outside of New York City. We're 14 miles away, only a 30-minute commute into Manhattan from our campus. The train station is literally only a 10-minute walk from our campus. So very accessible, really offering our students the best of both worlds because they live in a nice suburban village of South Orange and then Manhattan, New York City, right in their backyard. So great if you don't want to live right in the urban environment of New York. We're only 20 minutes also from the Newark airport, highly accessible from the airport, and only an hour from Philadelphia, and lots of outdoor activities. And we do have a very high diversity rate for our size, which is 45%. We were founded just over 160 years ago, and we're named after the first American-born saint, Elizabeth Ann Seton. We do offer a very welcoming environment and very strongly committed to servant leadership. We offer the advantages of a large research university while maintaining that very personalized atmosphere. And these are some of the numbers that we like to talk to students about and our audience. We are ranked #1 in the country for the past 5 years in a row for our business leadership program. We also are ranked in the top 5 universities in the nation with the most internships offered to students, over 17,000 each year. So on average, over 80% of our students do complete between 3 to 5 internships before they graduate. We're also among the top 25 universities with the highest paid graduates. So you can see a theme here happening. We are very committed to outcomes with our students. We also offer all sorts of great programs, and including our law school, which is ranked among the top 20, number 16. These are our schools and colleges housed within Seton Hall. College of Arts and Sciences, the oldest and the largest, with most of the programs housed in this college. You'll find all the hard sciences, anthropology, psychology, chemistry, biochemistry, etc. Our School of Diplomacy and International Relations has an exclusive alliance with the United Nations of America. They actually helped us write our curriculum. So we do have a lot of students doing internships with the UN, also a semester in DC and interning at the White House. Also internships with the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service, as well as private sector organizations. Our Stillman School of Business, also very highly ranked, and our College of Nursing offers a direct entry nursing program. College of Education and Human Services offers elementary, secondary, and special ed. Communication and the arts, very popular amongst students from the West Coast as well, given our proximity to New York City. Of course, we have a School of Theology, Health and Medical Sciences, and our law school. So again, in our business school, the reason we are ranked highly is because we offer some really awesome opportunities. Our leadership program, as well as we also have a mock trading room where students learn how to trade with a real fund of money. They can also become Bloomberg certified, working on a Bloomberg terminal, ready to go on Wall Street. And we also have a sports polling center where students work directly with ESPN to conduct sports polls, as well as market research and entrepreneurial center. We do also offer several dual degree programs. So these include a partnership with the Stevens Institute of Technology for Engineering. In this program, students in 5 years can get their undergraduate degree in either chemistry or physics and go on to get their master's degree in engineering at Stevens. And then our dual law programs, we also offer 6-year programs with our law school. In these programs, students can choose between business, religion, social work, political science, or international relations for their undergraduate degree programs. School of Health and Medical Sciences also offers many dual degree options, including 6-year options, 3+3, for physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, and a 5-year athletic training program. We also offer a brand new joint BS to MD program that students can do in either 7 to 8 years. So that's another great option for our students. Our average classroom size at Seton Hall is about 21 with a 14-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Again, close mentorship with the faculty. Your faculty is not just your teacher, but they're actually people that are very invested in your outcome, in your future, and you're going to know them throughout your educational time with us. Lots of other services. In our freshman year, students take the class called University Life, which is a class they take once a week. They're paired up with a peer advisor as well as an academic advisor. So students are really acclimated to university life and also have help to switch their major, add a minor, etc. We have a lot of hands-on learning at Seton Hall. We have an award-winning radio station, WSOU, which won the Marconi Award and also has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All sorts of study abroad opportunities and many other opportunities. I mentioned internships. So this is a small sampling of some of the internship opportunities students have enjoyed at Seton Hall, as well as employment opportunities. We also have students working in sports management and working for all the professional affiliations when they graduate as well. We also are part of the Big East Conference, Division I athletics, 14 different Division I athletic teams, as well as club and intramural sports, over 150 different organizations and clubs as well. And I hope you're able to come visit us either virtually or in person. We are still offering tours, open houses, and all sorts of things on our campus. So my time is up. I will share my contact info in the chat, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Lisa. Appreciate that. Next up, we have the University of South Florida.
All right, thank you. So good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the University of South Florida. Just to introduce myself, my name is Chrissy Pugh. I use she, her pronouns, and I am your regional recruiter advisor. And this is my contact information. I'll put that in the chat at the end as well. Just as an overview, we were founded in 1956, so we are a relatively young institution, but even though we're young, we still maintain an overall enrollment of around 50,000 students, 37,000 of which are undergraduate students. So relatively large public institution, but we still maintain a student to faculty ratio of 21-to-1, which makes our average class size around 33 students. USF really prides itself on diversity, with 41% of our USF students coming from diverse backgrounds, and we do have students from all 50 states and 145 different countries. We do offer close to 200 majors and concentrations across our 14 academic colleges, so odds are whatever major or program you're looking for, we probably have it at USF. We are America's fastest rising university, so we are ranked 46 by US News and World Report, and we are very proud of this fact. So fastest rising, what that means is if you look at our rankings a year ago compared to now, we have really risen in the rankings over the past year. So it just proves that we are on the right trajectory to make our way to the top, so we're very proud of that. We are one university geographically distributed, so we do have campus locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, Manatee. So when I say USF, I'm referring to all of them. And when you apply to the university, you get to pick which campus you go to. So each one offers something a little bit different, a little bit unique. You have to think about what you're looking for in a college experience and kind of base your decision off of that. So Tampa, where lives live larger, it's a large metropolitan city. It's the biggest of the 3 campuses, houses majority of our academic colleges as well as student organizations. So if you're looking for a big school kind of vibe, this one might be for you. St. Petersburg, a little bit smaller and a beautiful beachfront town. So we like to say it's where city meets sand. So if you're interested in maybe marine biology, or you're just a big fan of the beaches and outdoor recreation, this campus might be for you. Sarasota Manatee is the smallest of the 3 and only has a couple thousand students on that campus. So it's kind of like a private school feel, but for a public school price. But again, you get to choose what campus you want when you apply. In regards to student life, we do have over 1,000 student organizations, as well as on-campus events like concerts, celebrity guest lectures, movies. So you'll never get bored on campus. There's always something to do. We are at NCAA Division I athletics. We play in the American Conference. So if you're interested in a college game day experience, we definitely have that. We actually share a football stadium with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if you want to go to an NFL stadium and watch our Bulls play, you could do that. If you're interested in sports, but don't necessarily want to play at that D1 level, we do have recreation and intramural sports. So this is just one of our student organizations that we like to highlight since it is one of our biggest ones. The bull market happens every week on campus. It's kind of like a big club fair meets local vendors coming to campus. So a really good way to get involved, and you don't have to go too far to look for these student organizations. They really come to you. We do have a Publix on campus. That's one of my favorite fun facts about campus. Publix is a large grocery store chain in the South. It's very popular, especially in Florida. So it's very convenient for our students. And then Week of Welcome, that happens at the beginning of each semester, kind of a kickstart to get you excited for what's to come. Kind of switching gears now to some freshman admission information. You could apply on the Common App, Coalition, or our website, whatever is easiest for you. And our application is really straightforward. We just need a $30 application fee or an application fee waiver, your high school transcripts, and your official ACT or SAT test scores. That's it. Once that's submitted, your application is complete and we will review it. And you can see on here the admitted freshman profile to kind of give you an idea of what the average admitted student, what their GPA and test score was. In terms of tuition and fees, you would look at that out-of-state line. Our tuition and fees are around $17,000, but all including tuition fees, housing, book supplies, and others, you're looking at around $35,000 for the academic year, which, yes, that is a large amount of money. However, we have some of the lowest tuition rates in the country and incredibly competitive out-of-state rates. So our tuition rates are often the same, if not lower, than some of the in-state rates at non-Florida universities. So definitely tuition and fees is something to consider since this will be a reoccurring expense for the next 4 to 5 years. One of the ways in which you could offset that tuition cost is going to be through scholarships and waivers, and we do offer those for our out-of-state students. So you can see that these are based solely on merit. So as long as you have the GPA, you have the test score, and you've applied by the deadline, you're automatically going to get that waiver associated with those GPA and test scores. So it starts with our Green and Gold Scholars waiver with a 3.5 GPA and a 1210 or 25 ACT, and it just goes up from there. So these scholarship waivers are a 4-year award. So if you are awarded the scholarship your freshman year, you can maintain it all 4 years. Kind of winding down now with some deadlines. So our application is currently open, and I just really want you guys to remember to apply by December 1st. This is our priority application deadline. Submitting your application by the state gets you your best chance of admission, but also your best chance at getting the campus location that you want. If you don't apply by December 1, that's okay. Next big deadline, January 15th, that puts you in the running for those admission scholarships and waivers I just spoke on. And then if you miss that deadline, you do still have until April 1st to submit an application. So I know that was a lot of information I threw at you guys in a short amount of time. So if you have questions, please put them in the Q&A box while I'm here. And I'll also put my contact information as well. So thank you guys so much, and go Bulls.
Thanks, Christy. Appreciate that. And yes, as a reminder to all the participants, please feel free to ask questions of the institutions at any time through the chat box at the bottom of your screen. Next up, we have Northwestern University.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. Thanks so much for being here tonight. My name is Valerie Smith. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a staff member in the Office of Admission at Northwestern, and I work with students in the Bay Area and Northern California. So I am based on our campus in Evanston, and that's where we're going to start our conversation tonight. So if you are brand new to Northwestern, the first thing to know is where we're located. We are in the city of Evanston, Illinois, which borders the city of Chicago. So our students come to Northwestern for a very traditional campus feel. We have a residential community. Our 8,000 undergraduate students are living here for at least 2 years, and in many cases, all 4. And they're taking advantage of a really vibrant, livable, manageable college town in Evanston, while also having the benefit of Chicago immediately to the south. So our campus is about 3 miles from the Chicago border and about 10 miles north of downtown Chicago in the image you see there on the screen. So Chicago is accessible to you in as many ways as you want it to be. We have students who are there multiple times a week, and we have students who go once or twice a term. It's entirely up to you. And that balance and flexibility between an urban and a suburban environment is something that really draws a lot of our students in. And those students are really the heart and soul of everything that we do here. So I mentioned there are about 8,000 of them. They come to us from all over the world, all 50 states, more than 95 countries. And when we talk about diversity, it's not just the numbers you might see on a screen. We welcome students from all over the world with all imaginable backgrounds and identities and perspectives. And when they are in our classrooms, interacting with one another, collaborating with one another, they really become each other's teachers. So this is a place where you are going to be actively engaged in the classroom. You are forging meaningful connections with faculty and with classmates, and you're really learning from one another as you engage in lots of different academic content together. To make that possible, we keep our classes small. We have a 6-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Practically, what that means is that all of your classes are taught by faculty members, and they become your mentors and guides and sort of professional advisors throughout your 4 years here. So you're able to really get to know them, in many cases to partner with them or to be involved with some of the research and industry work that they're doing. And of course, you get to do the same with your classmates as well. About 80% of classes at Northwestern enroll fewer than 20 students. So again, a hands-on place. As a research university, it's also central to our mission that every student here is actively contributing to their field of study in some way. So we are not a school where you're sort of taking in content in the classroom and then leaving and moving on with your day. We are a school where you are engaging, where you are learning, and then you're building on those academic experiences with internships and research opportunities and more. One of the hallmarks of Northwestern's academic experience is that we operate on the quarter system. So instead of having 2 academic semesters, we have 3 academic quarters during the school year, and then a 4th summer quarter to round out that model. You're taking classes in the fall, winter, and spring terms, typically a total of 12 per year, which is a couple of additional classes than you would take if we operated on a semester schedule. What that means is that you have a lot of academic flexibility. So sometimes students look at me like, that's a terrible deal to have to take more classes at Northwestern than I would elsewhere. But you're not actually in a classroom for any longer than you would be anywhere else. You're just switching classes more regularly, and you have more time built into your schedule to explore our undergraduate schools. So we have 6 distinct schools that you can see here on the screen. The College of Arts and Sciences is in the center, is the largest. And then we have 5 schools with a more specialized focus: music, education, journalism, engineering, and communication. At Northwestern, these are not silos. These are not schools that are, a bus ride apart from one another. These are overlapping and interdisciplinary spaces. So you will have a home base in at least one of these 6 schools, and you'll have open access to the other 5. So you can take classes, pursue double majors and minors, and really prepare an academic plan that is truly unique and a match for you and your goals. We do not have a universal core curriculum that's standard for all of our students. Instead, we leave those determinations to you to tell us, what do you want to take to supplement your major? We of course have degree requirements that will vary just a little bit between these schools and programs, but on the whole, we retain that academic flexibility for all of our students. And that flexibility combined with the quarter system also allows you the time to build these experiential learning opportunities into your life here. So I talked about research. As a research university, that is something that we prioritize for undergraduates. We devote about $3.5 million a year just to funding projects and travel and the logistics that research involves. So students are conducting research projects really as early as they want to on campus. And those opportunities certainly expand as you get deeper into your major and start to determine what it is you would actually like to pursue. And then study abroad, work in campus innovation centers like the Garage, our Center for Entrepreneurship. It's a startup hub on campus. Those experiences are supplementing your academic programs in real world applicable ways. And what I'm describing is an environment at Northwestern where you can come in, take the time that you need to explore, to declare a major, to build an academic plan, and then you are prepared in a really tailored and personalized way for life after graduation. And of course, I'm going to breeze over student life because our students are the best source of insight about the experience here. So if you want more insight into that residential community-focused experience, let's connect you with students after the fact today who can share more about all these stats that you see here on the screen. And finally, we have a need-based financial aid program. So to make this accessible to all families, we meet 100% of demonstrated need, and we have a loan-free financial aid policy. It's a personalized process, and our team is happy to share more about what that might look like for you and your family. So stay in touch with us. Our YouTube channel in particular is a really helpful resource to dive in after today. And I'm also happy to answer questions in the Q&A. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks, Valerie. Appreciate that. Next up, we've got Pace University.
Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and share my screen. So Pace University is a 4-year private university located in New York. My name is Jessica. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Pace. At Pace, we have something that we like to call your Pace Path. It's sort of like every student's individualized roadmap. It's how we combine your academic growth with your personal growth and your professional growth. So every student, when they first come to Pace, is required to take a class called University 101. And in University 101, you'll start planning out your internships, your clubs and organizations you want to join, second minors. You'll start planning all that out so that you can take advantage of all the opportunities that college has to offer while keeping your eye on the prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So your PACE path might include research experiences straight through your academics or internships with our career services department. We have 6 different schools within Pace University. We have more than 100 undergraduate majors. For the most part, the majors overlap between campuses, but there are some that are specific to campus. So for example, our New York City campus is home of our School of Performing Arts. And another example is our direct admit nursing program is only offered on the Westchester campus. No matter what major you choose, our average classroom size is about 20 students in a classroom. So fairly small classroom sizes. You get a lot of one-on-one time with your professor. You're never sitting in a huge lecture hall with 300 students. 90% of PACE undergraduates are employed or continuing education within 6 months of graduation. This is a big part of our career services department, which is a great department to connect with early on in your PACE path. They will help you build your resume, write cover letters. They will do practice mock interviews with you, and they're really going to help you find those internships. There's almost 9,000 internship opportunities. Being where we are in the New York metro area and with our career services, PACE is going to help connect you to the industries that you want to work with later on. A little bit more about our 2 different campuses. So our New York City campus is right in downtown Manhattan, right in the financial district of New York City. We are about a block away from the Brooklyn Bridge. We're across the street from City Hall. We're about a 5-minute walk away from Wall Street, and we're about 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center. So there's so much to do walking distance. And something cool about our New York City campus is a lot of New York City schools are spread out, but PACE is not. It is all within a 5-block radius of each other. So you never have to take the subway to get to class. Everything is right there in walking distance. So it's very convenient. We're also right next to one of the most major subway stations in New York City. So Central Park, Times Square, Madison Square Garden, Yankee Stadium, every other borough, that's all easily accessible to our students. Within our 5-block radius, we do have 4 residence halls. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years as long as you submit your deposit before May 1st, but it's also never required. So you can live on campus or off campus. That is completely up to you. About 75% of our first-year students do choose to live on campus. And we do have students coming from 48 different states. So we have students coming from all over the nation, and you definitely would not be alone in coming from out of state. 30 miles north of our New York City campus is our Westchester County campus. This is a more traditional college campus in a suburban area. You get the best of both worlds with this campus because you have that traditional college campus, but you do still have easy access into New York City. We have a free shuttle that runs between the 2 campuses, and you can also take the Metro North right into New York. Our Westchester campus is home to our environmental center, our nature trails, our direct admit nursing program, and also our Division II athletics. So if you're interested in playing a sport, you would be on the Westchester campus. When you are applying, we are on the Common App, or we have our own Pace University application. If you're already doing the Common App and that's easier for you, then go right ahead and do that. We ask for your official high school transcript. The average GPA for an incoming student is a 3.3. That is the average GPA, so half the students fall above that and half fall below. And we do have a very holistic reviewing process of the application. PACE is fully test optional, so we do not require SAT or ACT scores. When you're applying, we have a few different deadlines for when you can apply. We have early decision, which is binding, due November 1st, and early action, which is non-binding. So that's a great option for students who want to get their decisions back a little bit earlier, but aren't quite ready to make a commitment. That's early action would be great for you. Any students who are looking to apply for our School of Performing Arts, you need to submit that academic application by December 15th, and the online pre-screen is due by January 15th. You can see up here, October 1st was when the FAFSA opened up. Something that PACE is doing this year is that if you submit the FAFSA by December 1st and you have PACE on your list of schools, you're automatically going to receive a $1,000 scholarship from PACE, which is renewable each year just for filling out that FAFSA. So that's our FAFSA incentive award. You don't even need to have been applied to PACE yet. So I'm just telling every student that I meet with, try and get that FAFSA submitted by December 1st, and you're going to get that extra scholarship. And speaking of scholarships, $26,000 is the average amount of aid given to PACE students each year. When you apply, you are automatically considered for merit scholarship. So you don't have to do anything extra. All you do is apply and you have that automatic consideration. And that is separate from financial aid, which you can apply for through the FAFSA. So when you get your decision letter, you'll find out how much merit scholarship you're getting. And then a few weeks later, you would get your financial aid package. And you don't really know exactly what you're going to be paying until you get both of those things. I know that was a really quick presentation with a lot of information. If you have any questions in the future, please feel free to reach out to me. I am the admission representative for Northern California. So feel free to take down my email. I'll also drop it in the chat. But thank you so much for having me. Have a good night.
Thanks, Jessica. Appreciate that. Again, a final reminder is we have a couple of institutions left. You can ask questions in the Q&A box below at any time. Next up, we have the University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Mattel, and I'm from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. I'm regionally based out here in Northern California, so I will be your admissions counselor. I'll put my information in the box too, so if you have any questions after this, feel free to contact me. But for just a quick presentation about the University of Minnesota is a pretty large institution. We have over 150 majors as well as over 130 different minors to choose from. With that being said, there are so many different ways to tailor your education. We are a top public research institution as well. So research is huge at the institution. You can propose your own research incentive and potentially get funded for it. You can participate in research with professors that are required to do research on campus. You can participate in research with other institutions in the Big Ten conference, as well as other institutions outside the Big Ten. So there's a lot of hands-on outside the classroom experience. When you have applied to the university, we have 8 freshmen admitting colleges. They range from anywhere from the College of Science and Engineering, or Biological Sciences. We have our College of Nursing, our Carlson School of Management, which is our business school, liberal arts. So we're all over the place when it comes to majors to choose from. When you do apply, you do have to choose one of those colleges. So you kind of have to have an idea of what it is you want to study. However, you can be completely undecided in that college as well. So you don't have to declare a major. Students don't officially declare their major until the end of sophomore year. So you can click undecided, but you do have to get accepted into a college. We don't have any impacted majors. We're in Minnesota, so you're guaranteed into your program and you're guaranteed to graduate in all 4 years. Our location, I think, is one of our best selling points. We're located in the Twin Cities, so 2 side-by-side cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul being the capital. So you have a lot to explore right in your backyard. I always say it's the best of both worlds. So we have this beautiful collegiate campus, which you can see behind me. This is the student mall that's separate from the city. So it's about 2 miles from this downtown Minneapolis. There's no public access roads through it. So you really do have that collegiate campus feel. We have Dinkytown right next to us, which is our small little college town that has anything from shops, student bookstores, to restaurants, nightlife. So you really do feel like you're in this college town. However, we have a light rail that will pick you up outside campus at 2 stops. It will take you to downtown Minneapolis. It will take you to downtown St. Paul. It'll take you to the airport. It will take you to Mall of America if you'd like to go shopping. So there's a very user-friendly system to explore the city. So I always tell students when you're walking to class, you're not looking up at skyscrapers. You get to look out at them, and it is a gorgeous view. you. So you really can take advantage of our art, our music, our culture hub. Minneapolis itself is the second largest Broadway seat per capita in America. They actually test a lot of the Broadway shows in Minneapolis before they either go to New York or on the traveling scene. So there's student discount tickets to that. We have every single major league sports team in Minneapolis, as well as we're Division I when it comes to NCAA. We have a strong alumni network, one of the largest. There's over 600,000 of us living worldwide. So that's also great when you're thinking about, graduating, moving to a new location, finding a job, finding an internship. So scholarships. So we're pretty generous when it comes to our out-of-state scholarships. These are all of our national scholarships. They range from $2,500 to $15,000, and they are all four-year scholarships. So they are merit-based, so you don't need to apply separately. It's with your application, no matter when you submit it. However, they are also advocacy-based. So if you're working with me and I know you're a student that is interested in the university, we're going to try and work and get you that type of scholarship because we really want to make it look more in state than the out of state, since we are state affiliated, as possible. The cost of living is significantly cheaper too in Minneapolis and Minnesota than it is here in California too. So you do save some money there when it comes to cost of living. But we also have other private scholarships too. And again, they're all automatic. If we see that you're a good candidate for one of those, we'll automatically put you in the pool to consider. We also have scholarships available in our colleges. They typically will have you apply for them maybe after your first or second year. They want to make sure you're retaining in their programs before they're allocating their funding for you. But there is also a chance for a scholarship after that. So our application is available now. And like most institutions, we do have an early action deadline. So this is the non-binding one. This is also a hard deadline for our nursing applicants. So if you're a nursing student, you do have to apply by that November 1 deadline. And this just gives you a chance to find out sooner, so you're guaranteed a decision by January. Our second early action deadline is December 1st. Same concept, you'll find out by February. Then our regular deadline is January 1st, and you'll find out by March. We have no preference of when you apply or how you apply, whether it's the Common App or the Golden Gopher application through our website. And it's really not an advantage or disadvantage to apply sooner than later, except an advantage for you, especially if you're applying to multiple schools. It is also nice to find out where you're getting accepted to and, kind of getting that decision earlier, but it's all up to you. We do have an application fee of $55, but right now we're doing a fee waiver for our California students for October. So when you go to the Common App or Golden Gopher application, when it goes to the fee part, all you need to do is click special fee waiver, and then you will get that fee waived so you can get a free application to the university. So if you're even just considering us, we might not be your number one. I would go ahead and just apply because you never know. We're also going test optional this year too. So no preference if you have a test score, if you don't have a test score, only use it if you know it'll benefit you. But that is all I have for you. I'm going to put my information in the box so you can feel free to reach out to me. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Kaylee. Appreciate that. Our last institution this evening is University of Nevada, Reno.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here and sticking around for the last presentation. My name is Linda Dannemiller, and I'm the San Francisco Bay Area Regional Representative for University of Nevada, Reno. A little bit about us. So we are just over the hill, as we say here in the Bay Area. We're about 4 hours away. So a nice, beautiful drive up through Tahoe. We sit about 15 miles over the California state line. We have about 18,000 undergraduate students on our campus. One of the best things I think about our campus right now is we have over 800 million in new facilities since 2005 on our campus. That's some new construction right there. That's our library and our new student center. And another thing that's great for California students is we have no impacted programs. So you can cross the state line, come into Nevada and be undecided. You can double major, move around majors. We keep our class sizes small. Students always get their classes 18:1 student to faculty ratio. They are always taught 90% by faculty and professors. And we are a Division I athletic school. Our students love to cheer on our sports teams. Our football team this year is doing fantastic. We're playing a big football game Saturday against Hawaii. And so students love us for our school spirit. We are very diverse. We've had the most diverse class come in the last 2 years in the history of the university. So students coming to us from all different backgrounds, from all over the country. And we are large for study abroad. So we are one of the top schools in the country. We actually host the USAC office on our campus that other universities use throughout the country to plan student study abroad programs. That's right on our campus for your exploration should you choose to study abroad. We are a tier 1 research university. What does that mean to you as an undergraduate student coming in? Students are able to engage in research at Nevada as early as their freshman year. We only have about 2,500 graduate students on our campus, so students are really getting that research hands-on experience early on. Majors that I want you to remember Nevada for would be engineering. We are really a hidden gem in the Bay Area for engineering, really on the West Coast. We have a brand new engineering building that just opened this last spring. We have a clean room in that building, which apparently only a few schools in the country offer that. So it's very high technology. We have a comprehensive business school. So again, if you're coming over from California, we offer all the majors in business. And Reno is a growing city. We have a lot of companies coming in, such as Tesla, Panasonic, Microsoft. We have a Center for Entrepreneurship in downtown Reno that's owned by the university, where a lot of students conduct startups. We are heavy in sciences. We have a medical school on our campus, so we pretty much have every science that you're looking for and send some students off to really top medical schools in the country should they choose an undergraduate science track. We are also comprehensive in liberal arts. We have all those majors. Education, if you want to come over to Nevada and be a teacher, you are dual credentialed between California and Nevada. If you come back to California, you're ready to be a teacher right away. We are a residential campus. We have 9 residence halls. Students pretty much choose wherever they want to live. 4 of them are themed halls and 4 of them are brand new residence halls. So state of the art for living on campus, really good food on campus. We just got a Panera Bread that opened 2 months ago on campus, and that's very busy right now. And then off campus, we always promote that we are an outdoor campus. Right behind me here is Lake Tahoe. So our students love to venture over there. It's about 40 minutes from our campus, known for mountain biking, hiking, snowboarding, but all that stuff literally is right in your backyard, as we have some great hikes right off campus. Midtown Reno is an area students tend to go to off campus that's recently been developed in the last 5 years. It's an area where you'd never see a chain restaurant. It's very college-y feel, really developed just for our students in Reno. 3.4 average GPA for admission. That's what we average see. Students need a 3.0 weighted GPA in their core curriculum for admission to Nevada. So we're looking at just that core curriculum on your transcript. We are a little bit different from California. We don't count the A through G credits. We pull off things like foreign language, art, music. We just look at that core for admission. We are test optional. Should you send a test score, we're looking for around an 1160 SAT or a 24 ACT in terms of admission. We are a WUI school. So WUI, if you've never heard of it, it's sort of like a reciprocity with states that border California and other states. It's sort of like a neighbor state discount. And that stands for Western Undergraduate Exchange Tuition Discount. And what you need to get the WUI is a 3.25 unweighted GPA. It is open to all majors. You get it automatically. You're automatically reviewed for it. If you don't have the 3.25, but you meet the admission requirement, you would then be granted our Nevada Advantage tuition discount. Just to give you numbers, WUI takes about $13,000 off your tuition. Nevada Advantage is $8,000. Just a quick information here about scholarships. We do stack it on WUI up to $8,000. It is a separate application. My contact information is right here. We are open for visits. Come on over to Nevada. We'd love to see you on campus. And thank you for being here this evening.
Thanks, Linda. Appreciate that very much. Well, we've got a few minutes here left. I want to invite all the representatives back on screen, and I thought I'd ask them a question about their institution before we wrap up this evening. So the question is, what is the one thing you want the attendees to remember about your institution tonight? So we'll just go in order of presentation. So we'll let Seton Hall go first, Lisa.
Okay, so well, there are lots of things I would like for you to remember, but I guess the one thing that a lot of students come to us for is our internship opportunities. We're right next to New York City, and we do try to capitalize on that, giving our students all the advantages of that location. And then the other thing, if you love Christmas, we have been noted for the most festive campus in the nation for Christmas time. Thanks.
There you go. Christy, what about the University of South Florida?
I think the one thing to remember about USF is that we are a large institution, and not to let that scare you, because the great thing about being at a big school is, that comes with a lot of opportunities, and you could take a big school and make it feel small, but if you go to a smaller school, you can't make it bigger than it actually is. So just some things to consider.
Very good. Valerie, Northwestern University, please.
Sure. I would just remind you that Northwestern is a place where you don't have to have anything figured out before you get here. You can have the freedom on our campus to explore, to decide who you want to be and what you want to invest in and what you want to study and pursue professionally. And you're going to be surrounded by people who are going to help you figure out those goals and see them through to completion. So a very supportive, very personalized, very flexible place.
Very nice. Jessica, Pace University.
For PACE, I would also say our internship opportunities and also our academic immersive experiences. So you're going to get that hands-on learning while you're a student, whether it's right through your classroom, research experiences, or one of our many internship opportunities. And Career Services is really there to help you find those opportunities. So if you want to get that hands-on learning while you're a student, that's something that PACE really does have to offer you.
Very good. Kaylee, University of Minnesota.
So one thing I'll touch on is I mentioned research. So there's a bunch of innovative things that come out of the University of Minnesota, medical advances, cancer treatment. But some fun facts is my favorite apple, which is a lot of people say your apple, the Honeycrisp apple actually was created on our campus, as well as the retractable seatbelt that all of you use every day in your commute, and the Post-it note. So there's a lot of cool things that you can be involved in that happen from our campus.
Talking food, that always gets me. There we go. And then Linda, wrap us up, please. University of Nevada.
Fun fact about us that I always like to share, we have the largest earthquake lab in the country on our campus. So if you were to go to school at Nevada, you might feel a simulated earthquake while you're in class. Second thing I want you to remember about us is Reno is a growing city in the United States. A lot of companies are coming over to us because the cost of living is good. So you have Tesla, as I said, all these big companies coming from the Bay Area, coming into Reno. So students are really capitalizing right now at the university on some great internship opportunities there.
Very good. Well, I want to thank all the representatives for joining us this evening. Certainly want to thank all the attendees as well. You will have a quick survey when you wrap up here. Would appreciate you filling that out. Finally, there are 2 more sessions this evening. Feel free to sign up to hear from other institutions. On behalf of StriveScan and the 6 representatives, my name's Jeff. Have a great evening. Stay safe. Bye, everybody.